This is going to be a quick video on how to do an oil change on a 2018 CRF 250L. So I've got 2 quarts of motorcycle oil. I've got a Fram oil filter here, CRF250L. Ratchet, short extension, 8mm to get the cover off for the oil filter, 12mm to pull the drain plug. So I'm going to take my ratchet, my extension, my 12mm. You probably don't need an extension for that. It just gets me a little bit further up in there. Drain plug is more to the left side of the bike, just past the shifter. There's a hole in the skid plate. Loosen it up. Get that drain plug out. Let everything drain out of there. While the engine oil is draining, I'm gonna go ahead and come around to this side. Got my 8mm on the ratchet. I'm gonna pull the 4 bolts out of this oil filter cover and go ahead and get the oil filter out of there. I like to wipe out the inside of my oil filter cover. You got a little spring inside that. This part can be a little tricky at times. I like to put my oil filter in first. You got the little rubber bushing on there, and you got your piece where your oil filter goes on. I like to pop it on, give it a little bit of a twist. And then the trick is getting the spring and everything back in there where it needs to be without dropping it out or losing your gasket at the same time. Hand tighten everything before you put it on with a ratchet. I don't know what the torque specs are for these. I know you can find all those in a manual or on a page online, but I just snug everything up and don't crank them down super tight. Oil filters back in. I also don't have a new crush washer for this. I know you should replace them, but I'm gonna put my 12mm back on. Snug this back up by hand. The same thing, there's a torque spec for this. I just snug things up. Make sure you're starting it by hand so you won't cross thread anything. I can see it going up in there, and I can watch it bottom out in the thread so I know it's not cross threaded. So I'll put my ratchet on there and I'll snug it up without going crazy on the tightening. So now that we've got the oil filter in and we've got the drain plug back in, I'm gonna pull out my fill cap. This engine takes 1.9 quarts, so I'm gonna put about 1.5 quarts in and I'll check. There's 1 quart down, and I'll pour about another 1/2 quart in from this one. Just make sure you use a clean funnel with no dirt in it. You can always get some parts cleaner or brake cleaner, spray out any dust or anything. Let it dry out before you pour it in the engine. That's actually about 1 3/4 quarts there. Like I said, it takes 1.9, so it's going to be almost at 2 quarts. What I'll do is I'll throw this oil cover cap back on. When you come in real close here, you'll see there's a sight glass. And you'll have a low mark and a high mark on the sight glass. So what you'll do is you'll take the dirt bike, which I'm gonna end up starting it before I get to that point. Now the wind's blowing everything away. I'm gonna stand it upright level. And right now, if you come in real close, you can see the oil level is on the high side between the low and the high mark. Dirt bike's pretty level right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'll make sure it's dead between those. So I'm gonna go grab the key, start it, let it run for a minute, let everything circulate through the oil filter, and then finish putting the oil where it needs to be. So now I've let it run for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna take it, stand it back up. I'm actually gonna stand up just to make sure it looks level to me up here. Grab the handlebars. And I am right there at the top level of the line. You can actually see as I move around, it comes up and down. So you got your low end, you got your high end. So you just want to be between those or even towards the high end. I like to keep it towards the high end. Being that I didn't change the gasket out, I'm just gonna keep an eye on this, make sure I don't have any leaking or anything. I don't anticipate that I will. And pretty much all I've got left to do is take my oil container, recycle the oil at the auto parts store, and clean everything up. And that's the oil change for a 2018 and probably most other year Honda CRF 250L.